Hi, Eric and I are going to do a self-defense video today for y'all. And with what's going on in today's world, we want to be a little bit more prepared. People take advantage of the situation. So we'll start off with a few things. The primary targets that you want to usually attack if they're available are the eyes and groin. The eyes are preferred because the reaction you get out of an eye jab a lot of times is to turn away in pain and worry about their vision and a loss of vision. Groin kick, sometimes the person keeps fighting, keeps grabbing onto you, and it's a little harder, but still considered a primary target. So I'll go over a couple of things. One of the things is right off the bat, if I want to initiate the attack, a quick eye jab with the lead hand, like if it was a boxer's jab, is a great technique. Now I'll just turn Eric to the side a little bit here, and I'm going to pop his shoulder. Just relax for a second. I'll just pop his shoulder with my fingertips. And if you notice, my hand is angled a little bit downward, so it's hard for me to jam my fingers. So I go up into the eyes that way, if you see it, and it's like a four-pronged fork going into the eyes. So if Eric and I are fighting here, and I'm catching punches, I'm going to go right into the eyes, and notice that I go high in practice, unless he had some eye protection. So always go high in practice when you're working with a buddy. An accidental eye jab can be very, very dangerous. Now if Eric throws a jab at me, I block that jab, and this is simulating an eye jab. He throws a cross at me, I block that cross, and simultaneously eye jab. That's a great way to do it defensively. So offensively, we're here, boom, I come into the eyes real quick with my eye jab. He throws his jab, I block and counter simultaneously. He throws his cross, block and counter simultaneously. Now moving on to the groin kick. So the eye jab, we went over a couple of variables, and we'll go on to some other ones as we move on with some fighting techniques. But we'll go into the groin area and some basic techniques for the groin attack. So Eric and I are fighting here, and initially one of the ways to get my groin attack is to double step in, or what they call a pendulum step. And I'll pendulum step in, and I'll go straight up into the groin this way. Sometimes I'll do a longer range kick, which is more like a roundhouse kick. So I'll come in this way and fire into the groin with my roundhouse kick that way. A lot of times I may have got an eye jab, maybe it wasn't effective enough. Now I fake with my eye jab, that gets me in. Notice that as my hand comes up, one foot replaces the other. And as I replace that foot, I fire that kick into the groin, and I'm back into the safety zone. So that's one way to feel your opponent out. Maybe I fail here, I'm back outside. I'm kind of testing the waters, I'm not overcommitting myself. The next way to use the groin attack is if Eric throws this cross at me, I fade away and fire the groin kick. If Eric throws a jab at me, I fade away and fire my groin kick that way. He could also throw a kick at me. Eric throws a side kick at me, and I catch the kick and do again. As he kicks, I hollow and kick the groin that way. And now I could go on to my throw or my takedown or whatever it may be. Something that we call Kensetsugari. We do it a lot in the Shuri-ryu Karate system. Incidentally, in our dojos, we teach 3 systems. Shuri-ryu, Okinawan Shuri-ryu Karate, Shintoyoshin Kai Jiu-Jitsu, and American Shuto, or American Shoot Wrestling. So those are the 3 systems that we teach. So you'll see that in all 3 systems, these techniques are available. In a street situation, Kensetsugari is the destruction of the joint. So what you'll see in MMA a lot of times is these kicks to the quadricep. So you'll see fighters firing kicks to the quadricep, which is excellent, and even in a street situation, it's great. When I go below the knee, that's when it becomes very dangerous to the ligaments of the leg, to the ligaments of the knee. The medial ligament, incidentally, is most susceptible to injury in martial arts, and a lot of times when I get this outside line, that's what it attacks. It attacks that medial ligament there. Now when you throw this kick, to the quad, I kind of come up with a front kick. Like I'm going to throw a front kick, and at the last moment, if you notice, the ball of my foot's pointing there, I'll turn my heel out, and I'll thrust my foot out. So I might catch him with a front kick a couple of times, and then show him the same chamber, and fire at the leg. When I go down below the knee, I almost go straight into the leg. That's this way. It looks weak, but I'm going to show you on the punching bag how much stronger it is. With the side kick, looks weak. It looks like I'm just touching his leg. But I'll show you how to get your center into the technique to get more power. That's what we call kensetsugeri, or joint attacking kick. So we'll go to the punching bag here. And here's what it looks like to just below the knee with that oblique technique. It looks like I'm going to bring that front kick up. Although this time I don't bring my knee so high. I just kind of shoot my foot straight into the knee, and then I release my hip at the last moment. Watch it again. I get my foot in there quick and release my hip at the last moment into my kick. The side kick works the same way. I want to get my kick in there quick. I just want to go straight into the technique as opposed to chambering and giving him an opportunity to pull his leg away. I want to go straight into the kick and release my hip into the technique. That will surely surprise the opponent. No reaction, or less of a reaction, and more chances of destroying the knee. Still working on kensetsugeri. Now we're going to attack the ankle joint, or actually the foot also will be involved here. So we go towards the ankles. We're also hoping to break some bones in the foot, or most likely will end up breaking bones in the foot. Quick story to go with this attack. One of our security personnel told me a story about an injury that he had. His foot was broken and he had a cast on his foot. Asked him what happened. He had a person he was restraining, much smaller than him, thought he had control. The guy threw a kick to the ankle and destroyed his ankle and the bones of his foot, essentially, to where he was on the ground. Thank God he had backup and had help in the situation. So just to illustrate how powerful this could be. So if Eric and I are fighting here, a lot of times there's 5 ranges in fighting. Ballistic or projectile. Someone could shoot something at you or throw something at you, or vice versa. Kicking range, you get closer. Punching range. And then trapping or throwing range is the same. So when we get into trapping range, I might get into this situation here with Eric where I'm trapping his hands, and bang, there's my stomp to either the ankle or the small bones of the foot. I could also, Eric throws a jab at me, and as I slip this jab, I could side kick towards the ankle that way. And it slides right down the shin into the foot and does a lot of damage. A lot of times when we're bear hugged here, the foot's a bit available, bang, that's not a bad place to go. A lot of times to stomp the foot. It depends on what the situation is. But still attacking the ankle here, we find ourselves in a situation where I've downed my opponent. However, I got him to the ground. And one of the good things to do, whether you're going to take off or continue fighting, is to destroy the ankle or the foot in this situation. Sometimes the leg could also be attacked. But this is the most vulnerable part of the leg, is the ankle and the foot. Now if I take off, I usually want this to be the avenue escape. I don't want to be escaping here, have an opportunity to escape. Get myself back to where my opponent could attach to me and then try to escape again just to break his ankle. But if I can do it, I break his ankle. If the fight continues, he can't get up and fight. If I make distance to either arm myself or escape, it's going to be very hard for him to pursue me.